Good evening and welcome to Westminster Presbyterian Church. My name is Amanda Weber and I'm the Director of Worship and the Arts here at Westminster, and it's one of my great joys as a part of my position to oversee and help curate the Westminster Performing Arts series. We are coming to the end of this season, but we still have some really great things in store. They're on the back of your program. I hope you'll join us for one or both. The first is part of our partnership with Schubert Club. You may know of their courtroom concert series in St. Paul. We bring 4 of those each year over here. So it's a free noontime concert on April 25th featuring Lumina Women's Ensemble in this space. And then, for something completely different, May 3rd, we will have the Grammy Award-winning folk duo, the Okie Dokie Brothers, performing 2 shows here, one at 11 a.m. and at 2 p.m. These are great shows to bring your kids to. Part of my job is to find some folks, volunteers, to keep the kids from jumping up on stage. So it's going to be that kind of a show. Fun for all ages, and those tickets are already available and are selling quickly. So please do come and join us for that. It is so special tonight to feature the Minnesota Chorale. You may not know that their offices are in this church, and they rehearse very often here in our spaces. And as a staff person, we just love walking through hallways and hearing them sing. And so to now have them on this series means a lot to us. And especially meaningful as well is the partnership with 1,000 Tongues, 3 choral conductors who happen to be colleagues and friends of mine as well. And I can just tell you that we're all in for a really big treat tonight. I have 2 final kind of logistical things. One is to ask you to please fill out that pink audience survey before you leave tonight. It gives us a little bit of feedback about our series and ways to imagine the future together and things we could do better. So it would be very helpful if you just take a moment at the end to do that. We do have a reception afterwards. It's complimentary. We hope you'll join us just in the hallway behind you for a chance to greet the artists. But one word of warning, which is if you decide to go out afterwards, and please go out on the town if you'd like, do not leave your cars here because you cannot get back into the church once you've left. Otherwise, when you leave, it will be no problem for you to just go out. Parking is free. I think that's all I have, so without any further ado, it is my honor to introduce to you tonight the Minnesota Chorale and 1,000 Tongues.
Something about me today. I knew there was something about me today.
Something different.
I walk tall and look at all things in a different way. I knew there was something different about me today. I looked in the mirror and I saw me. Didn't want to be any other way. Then I looked around and I saw the first time I knew who we really are.
And we walked, feeling the ground we'd someday own, not alone.
And I knew there was something different.
Yes, we walked, feeling the ground we'd someday own, not alone.
Feel us growing stronger.
And I feel us growing stronger. And we walked, feeling the ground we'd someday own, not alone.
And I knew there was something different.
Yes, we walked, feeling the ground we'd someday own, not alone.
Feel us growing stronger.
Growing
Building
stronger.
something new, building something new. And I knew there was something different about me today. I looked in the mirror and I saw me, and I didn't want to be any other way. Then I looked around and I saw you, and it was the first time I knew who we really are.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Adrianna Tam. I just saw somebody I recognize who was a student at Luther College, which is where I now teach. I grew up in Texas, and it's a very special evening for me to be with these incredible musicians, to be with one of my graduate school saviors, Amanda Weber, who's the music director here, and with my own mother who flew in today. Yes. When I think about the question, what it means to be Asian American, this is a very difficult and big question because Asia is about 50 countries and there are about 22 million Asian Americans in the United States. I can really only talk about my own experience, and I can tell you that I have often felt different. Maybe the first time I realized I was different, not just because I was dorky and my grandmother dressed me in overalls and pigtails, but also because, well, there was one day in middle school, and being that dorky kid, you kind of wonder, like, where am I going to sit? Who's going to sit with me at lunch? And I was sitting there by myself, and this kid I knew from choir walked by me and just very nonchalantly looked me in the eye and said, "Ching chang chung chung." And that was one of the first memories I can remember of knowing that I was somehow racially different from the majority. Now that I live in Northeast Iowa, I didn't know that was funny. Now that I live in Northeast Iowa, in a town that has a population between 7,000 and 8,000, about 1% is Asian. And so when my mother joins us, that's going to tick up just a little bit. I am much more aware of that particular kind of different than I have been in other parts of the world where I've lived, including Europe. And it makes sense, right? If you had a box of crayons, 64 crayons full of blue crayons, but one of them was red, you'd notice the red one, right? I get it. And yet, it's a hard place to be when you don't want people to make assumptions about you because you're a red crayon. You want them to know you for who you are, right? And I'm not ashamed of what I look like. I look like my mom. And I'm not ashamed of the kinds of food that I grew up with or the languages that I've been around, but there's a place of betweenness for that Asian-American identity. What part of me is Asian? How Asian am I? How American am I? My mother reminds me that I'm very American. And so I think that piece, the last piece of this set, Antara, which means between, helps to speak to where am I on that scale? Where am I between feeling fear of people who could hurt me, whether physically or verbally, and between the state of being true to myself. For folks in World War II America who were of Japanese descent, we look at the piece At the Heart of Our Stillness, which is composed by Canadian Kathleen Allan, but whose text is written by Choi, a Japanese Canadian who was interned during the war. And that included a group of more than 100,000 people of Japanese descent in the United States, about 2/3 of whom were citizens. People who were very aware of which part of the between they were seen for. And when we look at this first piece on the hillside, for me, where I want to land is between the state. This is a love poem on the hillside, written by a British man who looks nothing like me. I'm prettier. I want to land between the state of someone who can love and be loved for who I am. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Shohei Kobayashi. I'm coming here from Portland, Oregon, where I direct the choirs. Yeah, thank you. Direct the choirs at Reed College over there, a small liberal arts college, and associate conductor for Resonance Ensemble, professional choral ensemble out there. It's a huge pleasure to get to be here in Minneapolis this week, and it's just been a huge delight also to just get to be with my friends and make some music with them. So it's been really sweet. So if you'll allow me a few minutes, I do want to tell you a little bit about what being Asian American has meant to me in the most recent years. And it will require like a little bit of a scatterbrained history lesson. I hope you'll indulge me just for a little bit. So I only recently learned about the Asian American movement, from which, oh, thanks. From which this album, A Grain of Sand, comes from, and I'll mention a little bit more about that later, but in 1973, A Grain of Sand comes out. So I only recently learned about the Asian American movement and this album from a colleague at Reed, actually, Yejun Kwon, who is a Minnesotan, actually, and an Asian American studies and sociology scholar. I learned that the term Asian American wasn't always a term used to group us, like on a census report, for example, but rather one that was coined in 1968 by two graduate students at UC Berkeley. They were named Emma G. and Yuji Ichioka. They founded the Asian American Political Alliance. The way actually, maybe not Minnesotan, but she taught at the University of Minnesota for a while. Her name's Catherine Seniza Choi. She puts it this way: to be Asian American was also to claim a new collective vision. It imagined the relationship among diverse individuals of Asian ancestry by bringing them together under a broader Asian American identity. The liner notes of A Grain of Sand, this album that we're covering from, includes on the cover of these liner notes a picture from a protest with a sea of young Asian folks, presumably students, and in the foreground there's a sign, and it says Asian Students Against Genocide, presumably in response to the Vietnam War at that time, but it could have been taken in the last year and a half. I learned too that this new collective vision extended beyond Asian Americans, that this was a movement that was in coalition with concurrent Black, Chicano, and American Indian self-determination movements, all of which joined together in the Third World Liberation Front student strike of 1968. It's also the same movement from which Japanese-American civil rights activist Yuri Kochiyama stems from. She wrote in her memoir that the realization of self-determination is electrifying. Thus, the cause of Palestine is that of Vietnam's. The liberation struggles of Mozambique and Angola are related to the guerrillas' involvement in Uruguay and Bolivia. The Philippines' sentiment against military colonialism is mutual with that of Puerto Rico's. This is the same Yuri Kochiyama that was at Malcolm X's side when he was shot and killed. This is the same Yuri Kochiyama who invited Nobuko Miyamoto, one of the co-writers of this album, to an Asian Americans for Action meeting in New York City, where she would meet Chris Iijima and be inspired to write these songs. So, to be Asian American to me is to feel in lineage with this history of Asian Americans determining for themselves what exactly that means and looks like, not based on the perceptions of others. Of embracing and acting in interracial solidarity with an international perspective, continuing to learn and share this history through these songs, but also not getting wrapped up necessarily in a sort of static nostalgia. There's an author named Karen Ishizuka who said this at the end of her book about making Asian America. Seeking an understanding of how the political project of Asian America came into being does not imply sorry, I can barely read my handwriting. Not imply a desire to resurrect it, but rather to build upon it. Each generation, every generation, must create its own nostalgia worth remembering.
Have you ever woken just before the day is broken and wondered why you're feeling alone? Have you ever wondered why things seem all asunder, why everything seems stripped to the bone? By yourself, you are just by yourself. Together we can all take a stand. By yourself, you are just by yourself. Just look at my children walking hand in hand. Look at my children walking hand in hand. Have you ever woken just before the day is broken? Wondered why you're feeling alone? Have you ever eaten, finished with your meat, and then watched the dogs all fighting for the bone? By yourself, you are just by yourself. Together we can all take a stand. By yourself, you are just by yourself. Just look at my children walking hand in hand. Well, it's been throughout the ages. We have seen it move in stages. They can chip away until it's gone. We can decide to make the rules or decide to play the fool. We can be the play or merely the pawn. By yourself, you are just by yourself. Together we can all take a stand. By yourself, you are just by yourself. Just look at my children walking hand in hand. Don't you look at my children walking hand in hand. Look at my children walking hand in hand.
and replaces with birdsong sung in morning. Today is only temporary, same as those before, preceding what will be tomorrow, running on what it can borrow. Tomorrow comes in soon, I'm depending on it. I'm depending on it.
If I call out and ask you for a favor, will you answer me without pause if you are able? Today it may be something that I've never asked before, and your answer may be what you can do. And it really doesn't matter if it can't come true. Just let your answer go. I'm depending on you.
Even though I know that mountains can't be moved, I've heard a story of a fool who tried, a fool who tried and proved. Every step we take gets us farther from where we are, where we've been and what we've done have brought us here and now. Today is only one day more till tomorrow afternoon. Let's sit in together. Tonight we'll soon be through. Help me with tomorrow. I'm depending on you. I'm depending on, we're depending on, we're depending on you.
The Chinese fable, referenced in the song that we just sang, tells of a foolish old man who, inconvenienced by a mountain near his home, resolves to move it with his own shovel. When wiser men scoff at the futility of his task, he responds that while he may not finish the work himself, his children, their children, and the generations to come will persist until the mountain is gone. What seems like an impossible task is simply one in a long line of struggles passed down through time. As a child, I was surrounded by mountain movers without even realizing it. When my parents settled in Minnesota, they joined PSGM, the Philippine Study Group of Minnesota, a small, tight-knit organization of lifelong activists, some of whom had fled the Philippines to escape imprisonment or worse at the hand of Ferdinand Marcos. These were the same agitators whose actions eventually helped topple his regime. To me, they were titos and titas. When I moved back to Minnesota, I was welcomed back with open arms to PSGM and the wider Filipino-American community, but I was now able to see it with older and wiser eyes, or as old and wise as 26-year-old eyes can be. I began to see and understand from this new perspective, the care, the effort, the steadfast determination in this activist community that I had taken for granted. Every member wielded their shovel, and every meeting, potluck, community event was one grain of sand cleared away. The titos and titas never failed to show up for me. They came and continue to come to all of my concerts. Young Paolo did not grasp the meaning of that, but now, with the old and wise eyes of a 31-year-old, I think I'm beginning to understand. They were not just supporting me, they were investing in something bigger. They knew what I didn't know yet, that the youth will be the change we need. So the community around me handed me a shovel. But it took me a long time to feel comfortable wielding it. Like many Asian Americans I know, I struggled with not feeling Asian, wait for it, enough. I was born and raised in the suburbs of the American heartland. I speak neither Mandarin nor Tagalog, and I grew up watching Friends and The Office and listening to Billy Joel. Who was I to claim Asian, let alone represent it? Funnily enough, it was an American sitcom that helped me reframe this attitude. Bear with me. There's a scene in one of my favorite shows, Parks and Recreation, in which the very manly Ron Swanson hilariously wins a Woman of the Year award, an award that the protagonist, Leslie Knope, has long coveted. He doesn't really care about the award, but can't pass up the chance to gloat and get under Leslie's skin. To the point that, at one point, Leslie complains to Ron, "That's not really the attitude I expect from an award winner." Which Ron responds to perfectly and says, "Everything I do is the attitude of an award winner because I have won an award." Everything I do is the attitude of an award winner because I have won an award. Years later, this line echoed in my mind as I finally realized its analog in my own life. Everything I do is the experience of an Asian American because I am Asian American. There's no such thing as not Asian enough. My very existence, every experience, every memory, every part of me is a beautiful and worthy strand in the enormous tapestry of the Asian American story. To see myself as undeserving or inadequate is not just a denial of my own identity, but a loss of the richness that I can bring to the community around me. So, I've begun brandishing my shovel, chipping away at the enormous mountains in our collective path, the same ones that Nobuko, Chris, and Charlie were hacking away at 50 years ago, the same ones that my titos and titas have been pushing against for as long as I've been alive. My shovel is music, and wielding it means exploring the music of my heritage and my personal history and sharing it joyfully with those around me. Music has the power to affirm existence, to instill pride, and to forge the interracial, intergenerational, everything bonds that make communities strong. Bonds that in time can reshape a city, a region, or even a nation. Kalesa is a song that I've known my whole life. And this arrangement was one of my first forays into this kind of joyful representation. It's a simple song. It's a playful ode to the Kalesa, which is the horse-drawn carriage that you will see all throughout Manila when you eventually visit. Simple though it is, there's something really special and resonant to me about celebrating the everyday, about taking pride in even the quieter, less conspicuous elements of one's culture.
The
we have one more song from the album, A Grain of Sand, to share with you. In the liner notes of this next song, We Are the Children, the Yellow Pearl artists note that we've heard that sisters and brothers in Hawaii and other places have added verses. We say, right on, it is your song. In that spirit, we've written our own verse, which is not in the program. You'll just have to do the good old-fashioned listening with your ears. Before we say goodbye, good night, I wanted to share first our deepest gratitude to Westminster Presbyterian Church and especially Amanda Weber for being amazing hosts to this whole project, and to the Minnesota Chorale everywhere for being amazing collaborators and, on a personal note, my musical home for the past 5 years. Most of all, though, thank you to every single person on this stage, one of the most engaged, earnest, open-hearted, and, to steal from Kathy Romy, cheerful and flexible groups of musicians we have ever worked with. I just want to share with you that because of the snowstorm on Tuesday, we were supposed to have Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday morning, and we had to cancel Tuesday. So these amazing musicians are going off of 2 rehearsals and just knocking it out of the park. So This last song is a piece that has become a mainstay of these 1,000 Tongues concerts that we offer to you as one fond embrace until we meet again.